I'm so tired. Oh.
I bet that's what she's thinking. That's when she said, do you want it bad? Do you want it bad? Do you want it bad? Yeah, she said, baby, do you?
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily, which you should probably know that because you did click on this video and it has my name right there. But anyways, so today is Wednesday, which means we get a Wanna Know Wednesday, and I had no clue what I wanted to do for this video, and so, I went to my lucky source and I said, hey Instagram, ask me random questions. So today I'm answering random questions that my friends asked me on Instagram. And some of them are random and some of them I really like. So yeah, they're all a mixture of different things. We've got music, memories, questions about my faith. And so we've got all the genres or all the topics. So yeah, I guess let's get on with today's video. So today we have my lucky journal again. And here I have 22 questions wrote down that I was asked. Okay, so the first question I got was, when was I saved? And I was saved between 2nd and 3rd grade. I've always gone to church, but I was baptized in 3rd grade, so I consider like 2nd and 3rd grade kind of like that breaking point with me. It was like when I was saved, because I feel like you're usually saved typically around the time you get baptized, because once you're saved, you're like, okay, now let's get baptized, And I go into more detail with that in my testimony, because I do know that like it's a young age, but yeah, I like go more in detail on that with my testimony. And so leading into that leads into the next question, is what's my testimony? And so I'm just going to be very short with it, because I actually do want to make another video on my testimony specifically. And so just to keep it short, I've gone to church my whole life. Christianity is something that I've always known and believed, and I've always stayed true to my faith, and I've never really like strayed away from it in a way. And so 3rd grade is when I was like saved and baptized. Like I said, I've never really like strayed away from it. And like, God was always just like my person, my go-to, like I always enjoyed going to church on Sundays.
Like, I would cry if I had to miss a Sunday.
Like, I was that kid. Like, I wanted to go to every church camp.
And it happened.
I went to every church camp. And then, middle school, and, I never really got in with, like, bad crowds, and I never let peer pressure get to me. But my freshman year, I did move schools, and I want to say that I didn't realize it until quarantine happened, and I like started spending more one-on-one time with God because my life wasn't so busy during quarantine because I couldn't do anything. And I realized that from freshman year to my first semester, the end of my first semester of junior year, which I'm a senior now, I was finding my worth in people and not Christ like I should have been. And I feel like that just honestly hurt me, because I was like, my identity should be found in Christ, and now like I do find my identity in him. But I'm not going to go too far on that, but like I am a very strong believer on my worth and identity coming from Christ. But yeah, so I'm going to go more in detail on that whenever I do post a video about my testimony, which I'm thinking about next Wednesday. That might be my Wanna Know Wednesday, is my testimony, because I feel like I've never really shared it with people. And so that's what I'm going to do next Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that video, because I don't want to go too much into detail in this video. Okay, so the next question I got was, what is your favorite memory growing up?
That's a good question.
So I feel like growing up, my favorite memory would probably be holidays and trips that I took, because I feel like growing up, I was obviously with my family a lot because I didn't have as much freedom like I have now, because I didn't have a license, and I was little, like I was always with my parents. And I feel like growing up, it was just really like holidays and family time, because growing up, which we still do this now, every holiday we go to Weatherford because my mom's aunt and grandma live out there, and so we all go out there, and so it's like the whole family together. And I just feel like I really cherish those moments a lot, because we're not always with each other. Like, I don't see them as much as I see some of my cousins, which since I moved, I live like 45 minutes to an hour from them, and so I don't see them really as much as I used to really. But I just feel like on holidays, like I really just cherish those moments, because holidays it's like everyone's together and we don't always have everyone together. And I just feel like those are just like really special times to me. And just like growing up, you know, like your family is like all you really have growing up, and especially my cousins, like I consider them all my best friends, because those were the only people that we interacted with each other really outside of school and stuff. And so like I really would say like holidays and family trips, because family trips, you know, once again, it's just your family and you're like just spending that time together, and I just feel like those are moments that you really like cherish forever. Okay, and this next question is, what's an accomplishment or something you're most proud of? And this one for me, this question I was actually thinking about all day, because I was like, what is that? And it was literally like right in front of me, like it's right in front of my house, like.
Okay, anyways, I'm so stupid, whatever.
But so 3 weeks ago, I want to say, yeah, Saturday will be 3 weeks. I
bought my own car
at 18, and it's a 2020 Dodge Charger, and I feel like that's just a really big accomplishment to be able to do at 18, because I feel like not a lot of people could say that they bought their own car at 18, like on their own. Like my parents, they didn't put any money towards it, and they told me later like all the payments and like insurance and stuff, like that's on me. And I just feel like that's just like a really big accomplishment and something to be like proud of. So yeah. Okay, and the next one that I got was, what's your type of boy? And I don't really talk about this a lot, because I feel like when I talk about different types people have, they always base it off of looks, and I feel like it shouldn't be that way, because I just feel like what you look for in someone should be like characteristics and not looks, because I feel like you're like, oh, that person's cute, I'm gonna go date them, but then like you get to know them and you're like,
no thanks.
and I just feel like that's just like really messed up. And so like the characteristics that I look for in someone is that they have to love Jesus, and that's like my top thing about someone, because I feel like if they don't love Jesus, then Jesus can't be the center of the relationship. And I feel like Jesus should be the center of a relationship, and it should be both people putting in that effort to have Jesus the center of it, because if not, and it's only one person, then I feel like that relationship won't grow as strong. But with Jesus the center of it, I feel like that does help build a stronger relationship. And then the next thing I look for is loyalty, because I feel like whenever you have loyalty and trust, then like it helps ease that person from like overthinking things about the relationship. And I feel like once again, both people have to put it in. It can't just be one person doing all the work. And then the next thing I look for is that they're at least able to tolerate kids, not necessarily like kids, but tolerate kids, because I have a 3-year-old nephew, and like so many people just say that how much they hate kids, and I look at my nephew and I'm like,
Dude, how do you hate like someone like that? Like, this dude is 3 and he's adorable.
and I just feel like if they were to come over, and like my nephew's like the type of person, like he wants to play with new people, like he loves meeting people. He doesn't care if they're a 50-year-old adult, like he doesn't care, like he loves making new friends. And like if someone were to come over and just like
Not like my nephew.
that would just like really tear me apart. And so yeah, at least be able to tolerate them. And then the last thing that I look for characteristic wise is that they're goofy, because I like someone who would make me laugh, because I just feel like this is very important to have humor in a relationship. And then I guess look wise, like I don't really like talking about that, which I was on the phone with my best friend a few months ago, and we were talking about that, because she was like, do you have a type? And I like named out all the things I just said, and then she was like talking about looks, and I was like, I don't think I really do. And then she started talking about it, and then I started thinking about it, and like every time I'm watching a movie, I always tend to find the blonde guys cute. I don't know why, I just do. And so there's these 2 shows specifically. It was Dawson's Creek, and there's one more, but I forgot what it was called, but both the guys were blonde. And I was like, oh, maybe I have a thing for blonde guys. And then she was like, wait, what color were their eyes? And both of their eyes were green. So I was like,
Maybe I have a thing for blonde guys with green eyes.
I mean, I don't know. But like I said, like I wouldn't base my relationship based on that. Like, yes, I'm gonna find blonde guys with green eyes blonde guys with green eyes attractive, but that's not like what I'll necessarily base my relationship on is if they have blonde eyes and
If they have great.
I'm not gonna base my relationship on if they have blonde hair and green eyes. But yeah. Oh, also they have to be taller than me because I don't know if I could date someone shorter than me. Like, no offense if you're short, but like, I don't know. Okay, my next question I got was, what's your favorite month? And this one's a hard one because I like really don't necessarily play favorites with different things like that. Like, people ask me what my favorite season is, and I don't know. But I feel like my favorite month is probably December because it's my birthday month and it's the last month of the year, and also Christmas, Jesus' birthday. But I just feel like there's so much that can go into December, and like it's also like you just in December, not only like my birthday and then like Jesus' birthday and Christmas and all that, but it's also, like I said, it's the last month of the year, and I feel like December is just like a month to reflect on like everything that's happened in that past year. And I just feel like it's a good month, and like that's the month you do all your lasts for the year. So yeah.
December.
Okay, the next question I got is, what's your favorite Marvel superhero? And I don't want anyone to come at me for this, but I don't really watch superhero movies. Like, it's not that I have anything against them. I just feel like I don't have time for them. Or not that I don't have time for them. I just feel like I don't find myself attracted to them. But this question was specifically Marvel. Wait.
What superheroes are Marvel superheroes?
Spider-Man is probably my favorite.
He is a Marvel superhero, right? I don't know.
Okay. If Spider-Man is a Marvel superhero, then definitely Spider-Man.
Specifically, Tom Holland Spider-Man.
He's just... I was watching it the other day with my nephew and my sisters and my dad.
Tom Holland? Huh.
Okay, yeah. So, if Spider-Man's Marvel, definitely Spider-Man. Okay, and the next one I got is, what's the best advice you've ever received? And there's two that I have for this one, and they kind of go hand in hand. And I actually received them not even 2 weeks ago, like a week and a half ago. And the first one is,
I have them tight.
don't settle for something less than what you deserve. And I feel like that's just really important to me because I feel like recently, not necessarily recently, but I just feel like in life in general, I always just like look at friendships and like I just try to find like friends, and then they end up not being like the best friends to have, I guess. And I feel like in a lot of cases, or not a lot of cases, but I feel like in my past I've been used in friendships, and I just feel like that just really stuck to me because I feel like I just feel like, relationship wise and stuff, that's another thing like that goes in hand with relationships and boys, is that I don't want to settle for something less than what I deserve. I want to, like, you don't just want to be like, oh, okay, this person's nice, I guess, and then like settle for that, and then end up not being what I like in someone, but then being too afraid to get out of it, And so I just feel like that's something that stuck with me. And then the next one was, you never expect something to happen until it happens. And I feel like those go hand in hand because, like, if this was specifically, like, these two are specifically used talking about relationships and stuff. And, like, specifically we were talking about relationships and boys and stuff. And it was pretty much said that there could be someone that I've met and I never think in my life that I'm gonna date them or something, but that could be that person that God has for me. And so pretty much like you never expect that, like you would never expect that to happen until it happens. And I just like feel like those two are like two things that are gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. So yeah, I don't know, I just feel like those two are just always like good things to just ponder on and think about. Okay, and the next question I got is, what's your favorite worship song at the moment? And my favorite worship song at the moment is Promises by Maverick City. I just feel like that song is, honestly, can listen to it on replay. Like, I honestly want to say, like, that's been my favorite song for a month or two now. And it's just a reminder of, like, how good God is to us, and, like, no matter what goes on in our lives or, like, what we do wrong, he still remains faithful to us, and he will until the end. And it's just such a good song.
I just love that song.
Okay, and the next question I got is, what's been the hardest thing for me to overcome? And for this one, I feel like is losing someone close to me, because I feel like, honestly, like, it's gonna happen. You're always gonna lose someone, whether it's, like, I'm not necessarily talking about death, but, like, death does hit me hard. Like, even in movies, like, that hits me really hard. I feel like even just, like, necessarily being close with a friend and then losing that connection, that really just hits me hard also. And I just feel like those things are very hard for me to overcome. And, like, just the slightest, like, amount of almost losing someone, I cry. Me and my best friend, which we're good now, we had a misunderstanding about something, and she told me how she felt about it and how I really hurt her in that moment. And I just started bawling. I was upstairs in my room and I read the text when I got home that night after we were hanging out, and I cried, because just the thought of losing her just, like, tore me to pieces. I was just like, I seriously just couldn't imagine it. And so I would really just say, like, losing someone close to me, like, hits me hard. Okay, so the next question I got is my perfect weekend. And I'm not sure what this really meant, but I'm going bet that it means, like, what's the best weekend that, like, I want to have. And that is just to go on a trip with friends, whether it's just me and my best friend going on a trip for a weekend, or it's me and the three other senior girls from my church, whether it's just us four going on a trip for a weekend. I don't care. I just really want to go on a little girls' weekend road trip somewhere, just the four of us or the two of us, and just hang out. I just feel like going on a road trip with your best friends for a weekend would just be really nice, especially before we graduate. That's something I want to do. So yeah, I just feel like that would be, like, just a really fun weekend, and I feel like that's something that, like, I've never done, and so I just feel like that would just be a lot of fun, and just some girl time before college.
Would just be perfect.
The next question I got was, what do I plan on studying after high school? I want to go to college. I don't know where I'm going, but I want to go for journalism. So I actually went back and forth about my major, like, forever. When I was younger, I wanted to be a famous actress or singer. And then I went into a stage of me wanting to do photography. And so I was like, hey, I'm going to major in photography. And my mom was like, you can major in business and then minor in photography and have a photography business. And I was like,
Not a bad idea.
but then sophomore year happened and I took a journalism class, and every writing I wrote ended up in my school's newspaper. But it ended up in that, and my mom told me, she kept telling me, she was like, I really think you have a gift and a talent. And so the past 3 years, that's been what I want to do with my life, is journalism. So that's what I want to do after I graduate high school and go to college. I want to major in journalism and minor in photography. But some colleges don't offer journalism as a major. They offer it as a minor. So depending on the college I go to, I might have to major in communication and minor in journalism.
But yeah, either way, I want to do journalism with my life.
Or I want to be a journalist.
I don't know the correct term, but you know what I mean. The next question I got was, what's my favorite thing about Stonegate? And that is the church I go to. And I would say my favorite thing about my church is honestly just, like, how, like, the community,
I guess.
because it is a bigger church, but although it's bigger, like, there's so many close relationships, but it's not just, like, two people here and that it's going to stick to the two people. Like, two people can become really good friends, but they open that up to grow the, like, friendship, the friend circle. So I'm a student leader at my church, as y'all know, and honestly, I was just kind of like, okay, 30 people and I only know one other person. But, like, all 30 of those people have become some of my closest friends, and I just feel like that right there defines the community at the church. Like it's just, everyone's so, like, inviting and welcoming, and that's just, like, so, like, something I love about that. Like, that's something I look when I like look for different communities and stuff. Like I want friends and like friend groups and friendships where like they're open to like having more people come into that friend group and that friendship. And the fact that I go to a big church where everyone does that, they don't just keep it to like their 5 people. I just love that so much, and that's honestly probably my favorite thing is the community. Okay, and the next one I got was my favorite memory. And I've already said my favorite childhood memory, and so now I'll say my favorite like teenage adulthood memory, I guess. I don't know. But honestly, I don't know. So I want to say family-wise, it's probably trips I go on. Okay, actually, my whole entire family went to Broken Bow May 2020. That was honestly a lot of fun, and I want to say that was probably one of my like family-wise, that's my favorite memories when my whole family went to Broken Bow together. Like my grandma and grandpa were there, my aunt, my uncle, my cousins were there. Like we were all there, and it was just so much fun just to be like at a cabin for a whole weekend together.
Next time I told them we're doing a week, it better happen.
But then friend-wise, I want to say it was probably last weekend. My church had
My church again. I'm telling you, I love my church.
we had our D Now Wake Weekend thing. I made a video on it, but honestly, that was probably like one of the best weekends I've had in a while. Because we had like a schedule, but it wasn't like a strict schedule. You have to be here at 9 o'clock in the morning. You have to do this at this time. Like you've got to go to bed at midnight. Like it was just kind of like our own time, and I just feel like also that weekend like there was just a lot of vulnerability on top of like the fun things we did and the hanging out with all my friends. Like it was just honestly like friend wise and church wise, like that was a good memory to have. Like that will forever be something I cherish. Like
That weekend.
that and
And my family to broke like blah blah blah.
I cannot talk.
those are my 2 favorite memories of like recent memories, I guess, is my family trip to Broken Bow and then my church's D Now last weekend. Or it's called Wake Weekend, but it's a D Now, but they just call it Wake Weekend. But yeah, so yeah, those are my 2. Okay, and this next, I don't know why I said okay like that. This next question I got is my favorite country. This one can go 2 different ways, either a country I've not been to or a country that I have been to. Country that I have been to, I want to say that, I don't know, that's so hard because I've been to so many countries. I want to say that the favorite one I've been to, okay, cruise-wise, probably Jamaica, but non-cruise-wise, me and my family went to Costa Rica for a week, and that was just a lot of fun. So I want to say Costa Rica is probably my non-cruise-wise. And then a country that I haven't been to that I really want to go to is Australia. That's probably my favorite like country. I don't know why. I don't know, just Australia is just like, I don't know. I just really want to go to Australia. So that's probably my favorite country that I haven't been to. And I also want to go to Fiji.
Which I think Fiji's its own country.
I'm not too sure on that. I'll have to check. But yeah, Fiji I also really want to go to. So yeah, Fiji, Australia, Jamaica, and Costa Rica. I split it into different categories. So there you go. You can't just expect me to choose one.
I'm telling you, you can't just expect me to choose one month. You can't expect me to just choose one country. You can't expect me to choose just one season. What the heck?
Okay, the next question I got was, what's my favorite brand of chocolate milk? This is Micah. He loves chocolate milk. Do you like chocolate milk? And I don't know.
How many brands are there?
I don't know my favorite brand of chocolate milk. Maybe,
That's the only brand I know is like Yahoo.
I don't even know what it is. The YAHOO or something. Or everyone tells me that my job has really good chocolate milk because like we have our own branded stuff. And everyone says that our chocolate milk is really good, which I don't know. I bought it for my nephew one time, but I didn't drink any of it. So I don't know. I just like chocolate milk, but I don't know brands. I just drink the stuff. I don't know. Okay, and the next question I got was, what's my favorite constellation?
What's a constellation?
You know what? We're gonna look it up because I have no clue what a constellation is.
And honestly, I'm probably really dumb if I don't know what it is.
Because it was asked to me by someone younger than me. So yeah, we're about to find out what a constellation is.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
There are different types of stars, like the shapes, I guess. That's so...
I think. I could be wrong.
Do not quote me on this.
I'm probably so wrong, and I probably sound so stupid.
But if that is, then it's gonna be what sign I am, obviously, and I am a Capricorn, so that's probably my favorite one. If that's what we're talking about, it's Capricorn, because that's my sign. Yeah, I honestly feel really stupid for not knowing what that was, but you know what? That's fine. Honestly, that could be wrong. I don't know. Okay, the next question I got, it's not embarrassing, but it's would I ever cut my hair into a bob? And the answer is
no. No, I wouldn't.
so I've always had long hair since I was young, and then 5th grade I cut my hair to donate it. I had long hair. I think I cut like 12 inches or something 5th grade, and my hair was in a bob. Hold on, I'll insert a picture right here. So yeah, there's
4 lovely pictures of me with my short hair.
and not that I didn't like it, I don't know. And then I cut my hair short. I didn't cut it to a bob, but like I just cut it like to my shoulders November 2019, and I want my long hair to grow back out. So yeah, I'm trying to grow it back out, and I honestly would probably never cut my hair to a bob again, probably shoulder length or longer. So yeah. Okay, the next question I got is how many kids do I want? The answer for this is
Okay, I get judged by this all the time.
I honestly don't want to have my own kids. I want to adopt kids. But I want to adopt kids when they're younger. There's a lot of newborn kids, like newborn babies who go into foster care, and I just find that so upsetting and sad. And so I want to adopt 1 or 2 newborn childs. It's just my heart breaks for them, especially a newborn baby, and they don't have any decision, like they don't even know what's going on, you know. And so I just feel like I want to adopt 1 or 2 newborn childs, 1 or 2 newborn kids, babies, but not at the same time, obviously, like a few years apart. And then if I have my own child, then I'd want to have 1 child of my own, 2 max. I honestly don't want to have my own kids. I just really want to adopt. But if I were to have my own kids, then I'd want to have 1 or 2 of my own kids. And so yeah, I honestly, just the thought of having my own kids, I just don't want to. But like, I'm growing to learn that, you know, like whoever my husband is, like he's gonna have input in it, and if he wants to have kids, then I have to be respectful of that. But yeah. So yeah, 1 or 2 of my own kids. Really 1. It's gonna be 1, and then I want to adopt 1 or 2 children. I really want 2 kids, but 3 kids max. But yeah. So that's how many kids I want, I guess. Okay, the next question I got is, am I introverted or extroverted? I am introverted. I'm not outgoing at all. I don't go out of my comfort zone, which I'm slowly, I think, growing out of it. But I am very introverted, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I'm introverted, extremely introverted. And the next question I got, which I honestly didn't expect, is, do I have a current crush? I do have a crush, but you know, we're not gonna describe him, and we're not gonna name names.
I have a current crush, and that's all that needs to be said. Mwah.
Okay, and the last question I got is, what's my current favorite song? Honestly, I don't know what my current favorite song is. I've really just been listening recently to like old Taylor Swift, like old country music. I don't know. Honestly though, if I'm not listening to Promises by Maverick City, then I feel like my go-to song recently has been More Hearts Than Mine. And it's like, so that is mine and one of my friends' songs. Like, that is our song. Me and her, like, that's our song. Whenever I hung out with her last, that was our song. Like, that was our song in the car. Like, every time we got in the car and went somewhere, we played that song. And I don't know, it's More Hearts Than Mine by Anger Dangerous, and I just feel like that song's just kind of catchy, and it honestly, I just feel like relates to my life specifically, like in each of my sister's lives. So yeah, either that or Die From a Broken Heart. I feel like those are both like 2 really good songs, and they're very catchy, And so yeah, those are probably my 2 favorite current songs. Okay, so that is all for today's video.
And I know it was very long and probably very boring.
But if you stuck through and watched the whole thing,
I love you for that.
But yeah, so those are some 22 random questions that I was asked, multiple different topics. We went back and forth, and honestly, I liked answering them because I feel like they're questions that I never really thought about myself. And so yeah, but I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure
You like
I don't even know what I was about to say. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, share this video with a friend, and always remember and never forget, Jesus loves you. Bye.